So I was sitting around the other night when I happened to see a feed about China sending a rover to Mars, and they landed their first so-called mission on Mars, their rover and everything. And I saw that, and the interesting thing about that was I was sitting right next to the Great One himself, Mars himself. And the heavens were there, and we were looking at that, and it upset me greatly. And the funny thing is, folks, I was more upset than he was because he knows this is bullshit. They're gods, folks. But, me being a walking in flesh, I was really pissed because I knew I was looking at more of this bullshit that I keep talking to y'all about. And you guys with good sense, you know about certain things and on technical levels. And we're just going to talk about this on a base carnal level. You guys know that with your own sense and things you can reason and things you've learned over these previous years, you know that they're not capable of going to certain parts of so-called space, which is the heavens, folks. Where all the stars reside and, the angels and the chariots and things, right? They're not privy to these things. So I was sitting there looking at the feed, and then I cut it off because I just couldn't stomach looking at it because, it's bullshit. And it pissed me off. But the Great One, he was less concerned about it than I was, and he assured me, he was assuring me that everything was going to be okay, and I was very upset, and I knew everything was going to be all right, but it still pissed me off. And then so I talked to the Lord about it, and they had a few mishaps. Y'all go look into that. And I'll talk about that in another video. Tonight I want to talk about, because really all of this stuff is relative, and I saw something else. I saw something online. I keep checking out you people online. And I'm not really, trolling your channels or anything. I'm just being a regular person, and something comes up and it, may catch my interest for a minute, and I may check it out or something. And I'll see some information or something, or somebody or declare some super false information, and it'll piss me off because I know they don't know the heavens, right? They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're telling masses of you who don't know what the fuck you're talking about, okay? In this case, I saw a feed where someone spoke on, they were talking about CERN. I'm not going to mention the person, but they were speaking on CERN with this feed, and CERN is part of the devil's work. The devil's here who are doing the devilry. What I want you guys to understand that all of your doctrines around the world have a connection. And the powers, the so-called powers that be, these earthly, fake-ass, devilish kings and people who rule over you have hidden things, right? And so I told you guys that human behavior, when you do something stupid and like when you worship the sun, or you do something like that, and then you guys look at the sun and honor Great One, and you try to demonize the sun when he's giving you sunlight every day because he serves the Most High Source Creator. And they take the doctrines and they morph them into their own things. They do their things. You have some cultures, they do nasty things in this culture or that culture, and all around the world, even in your doctrines where we are right now, you have a bunch of liars, people who distort the truth and take the words of your biblical doctrines and twist them for their own purposes. That's all around the world, folks. I heard somebody speak about what's happening in India, and they said that the people are getting that wrath from God, because I know the Most High. They're saying they're getting that wrath from him because they worship false gods, and that's not the case, right? They're getting the wrath for the same reason that your punk asses are getting the wrath, while China's getting the wrath, right? While Australia, all the nations around the world are getting wrath for a reason, right? Right? In this particular case with India, if you think about it on a carnal level, they're the people who transport the vaccines out to the majority of the world, right? And I know about the variants, folks. I keep telling you this stuff. I have privy information. So I heard someone speak, and I'm trying to explain something to you, that you don't know culture, you don't understand certain things, so you try to you're going to literally sit here and come out of your mouth because you have no understanding of something, and you're going to say the wrong things out of your mouth. And this is wrath time, and no one's excused from this shit, right? I don't give a fuck who you are, because I'm going to show you what time it is. But I'm gonna give you some truth tonight, right? So they were, and I'm gonna try to calm down because I need to make these points. But you know, they were talking about CERN in this particular video, and the person linked Shiva, the Most High, who is Vishnu, folks. They are aspect of him. Shiva is the moon, folks. Brahma is the material universe, folks. They are his personalities, folks. I know him personally, folks. Okay? I'm with the moon goddess right now. So, they said that the reason why they're getting wrath because they worship false idols, and they're speaking in ways because they don't know the heavens, right? Does the sun know Shiva, folks? Yeah, yes, he does, right? Does the moon know Shiva? The moon that's outside right now that's shining over your house. Does she know Shiva? Because Shiva is her, folks. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you? So that kind of pisses me off when I see these things, because I'm really troubled by your misinformation that you're putting out to the world. You don't understand why something's happening. Remember, I'm sitting at home base discussing these things before they even take place, and whether you know it or not, you're watching it. Now, sometimes I'll come on and tell you what's going to happen, right? And then you see it take place, but you're still not connecting the dots, right? Because that guy over there has a whole lot of followers and views, and so he's more credible. So when the roof caves on your fucking head, we'll see who has the credibility. But I'm gonna let you guys understand something that I keep telling you right now. People do what people do. People take religious doctrines and they distort them for their own purposes, folks. If you drink chicken blood in the moonlight, does that demonize the moon? Does that make her any less who she is, her beautiful self? Does that make her any less than who she is? Or the sun. If you worship the sun, is the sun condoning you worshiping him? See, you don't know the sun personally, folks. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you, and I'm tired of seeing this shit. I'm tired of because now we're going to start issuing some things on this level. Because whenever I see it be said, it's going to be a swift recompense for this. You understand what I'm saying? You guys don't know the charts. Now, all of these doctrines have relative information. When they tell you that the end is becoming because there's an evil world at hand that these devils are living in who have distorted doctrines, right? You don't know about people's different cultures around the world and that who speak different tongues than you. And you guys also don't understand that in ancient times, the supercontinents were all connected, folks. Africa and India and all of these different continents was one giant continent. But see, you don't know how far back this goes. You're going back about 2,000 years. I'm going back millions of years. You understand? Because you don't know about that. You understand? So you see the you say they worship false statues and all this stuff like that, and y'all talking foolish, right? And you don't understand that they're getting the wrath for the same reasons that your punk ass is getting the wrath. Aren't you guys racist? See, if you go all around the world, and I've been saying this over and over again, you will discover that people like me have been all around the world and we're still there. We have been there. If you go to India, you will find that there are a score of people who are like me, right? And there's a tribe, I forgot the name of this tribe, it's the Wawis or something, but y'all can look this up. And they were there, and they predate the civilization of current, right? And if you ask any of those folks, where do these people come from? They'll say, I don't know, they were just here. And if you go to Africa, if you go anywhere, and I told you guys, right? Right? Did Hebrews, were they in Africa, folks? Were they in India, folks? You understand, we're going back before certain times that you guys have documented. I'm not going to get into all of that right now. But I'm trying to explain something to you tonight that I'm not going to tolerate Vishnu being disrespected on any level. I give him praise, right? If you don't believe he's the most source creator, all you have to do is come to this channel, listen to what I'm saying, put your hometown on the comment line. And when a storm comes through your fucking neighborhood and rips your fucking house out of the foundation, then you'll know that I'm more credible. See, that's what this is about. Cause you're in your egos, right? You are in one place in this world. You don't know the universe and you don't know the stars whom Vishnu holds. They serve him. They make your air, right? And all of the nations around the world are all governments that are aligned together, folks. This is the whole point of what I keep trying to get you guys to understand, right? They all are doing the same evil. They all have a caste system and all of this stuff. They all, you're dealing with people who have migrated and have taken over and all around the world in different places. If you say that this land here or any place in this world belongs to a certain group of people, I'm telling you that the ground you stand on is all of those lands, and she's related to me. She's my mother, and I give her honor, right? But more importantly, she bows at the feet of Vishnu, whom is Shiva, whom is Brahma, right? It's not a bunch of mumbo jumbo, folks. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you? There are doctrines around the world that talk about the evil times and justice will be served and the devils will be swept out. All around the world there are doctrines. And if those doctrines say the Most High, let's just call him the Most High. His name is Vishnu, but we'll call him the Most High because he is the Most High. He's the Most High God of the heavens. He's the creator of the heavens, folks. Right? Know them personally. Know him personally, right? And I'm tired of seeing this disrespect, right? Where people who don't know shit about what they're talking about will come out of their mouths openly and curse his name or say something foolish because they're linking him to other people. They're looking at what men are doing and what women are doing and the evils of those men and women, and they're linking them to the Most High, or they're linking them to the great ones, right? If you drink chicken blood in the moonlight and then the moon is brought up, the moon is the moon, folks. The sun is the sun, folks, because you need the sun, right? Why is the sun giving you sunlight? Because he's serving the Most High Source Creator. You see what I'm trying to explain to you, right? The devils around the world are the people who have you in this slavery. It doesn't matter what nation, they're all in bed together, folks. That's the reason why they're getting the wrath, folks. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because they're demonizing people that look like me, folks. This is any country. All of you are doing it. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you? These people who look like me, who have this vibration and who are in relation, they are all around the world and have been here, folks. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm trying to make this as clear as possible, right? But I saw this person talking about the CERN program, which is what the devils are doing. You believe everything they're doing about these fucking chemtrails and all this bullshit they're doing. But then you try to link them to the Most High and try to say that because they have stolen something of their doctrines or biblical doctrines. Haven't they done that with the biblical doctrines too, folks? Any doctrine you're talking about, right? They have taken these things and distorted them for themselves, right? So then when you look at because that's their job, is to be deceivers. So when you look back on it, you're somehow thinking that Shiva, you're thinking that he's the devil. You're thinking that because you're looking at devilish men do devilish things and you're connecting him to them when he's giving them the wrath. That's the reason why they're getting destroyed, folks. You understand what I'm saying to you? So just like they talk about doing Mars missions and stuff, and then next thing you know, fucking a storm comes overnight, right? And then destroys everything. And then it comes back again, right? After they try to play a game. And we'll talk about that because I think I saw that feed and I think it was on purpose. But I laughed about it. See, y'all don't even know what I talked to the Lord about. But then I see this other feed about how all of a sudden, and these are residents speaking on their plights and what's going on. They know what they know, folks. They know this is unusual. They're saying it. What in the world? Right? That's what they're saying. You're looking at the feeds, right? I'm not interested in trying to win you over into what I'm saying. I'm just telling you. And I'm declaring this to anybody in the world. I don't give a fuck what doctrine or what ego you think you have or anything. If you speak about Shiva's name again, if I witness it, I promise you, if I can verify, matter of fact, I don't even personally, as a human man walking, need to verify where you are. If I see it, promise you, I promise you. So just timestamp yourselves. If you come out of your mouth and speak against Shiva in any negative way, timestamp this, because Vishnu is Shiva, folks. They are his you do not know the heavens. You don't even understand his science. So in a new day, I know a very small few of you are going to make it, right? Because see, the chariots, I know the chariots, folks. You speak on the chariots, but you don't understand on this level.